Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here. Today I have kind of a deck profile, but also a little bit of I don't want to rant, but like a little bit of a complaint that I had. I know I ironically just made a video about talking about how I like remote duels and they're good for the game and stuff. It's just if they're run properly and done in a reasonable amount of time. And I just finished an event playing Evil Eye because I just like the deck. There's a little bit of a story of me playing it, but overall I like the deck and I wanted to just play some rounds with it. And I was very only played 3 rounds for in from 1 o'clock was when the tournament was supposed to start to a little past 6 o'clock was 3 rounds. That's 5 hours for 3 rounds. That is very, very long time for today's remote duel regional. I don't know what the issues were in that hemisphere of the tournament, but that was by far the slowest tournament I've attended, and I had to drop because I have work tomorrow morning and I can't sit here and play until like 1 in the morning playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At a regional. So that was my complaint about the event. Again, I don't know who's at fault for this. There's a lot of things I can complain about the event, like how it was run wise, but I'm not going to do that. That's where I'm going to leave it. But moving forward, talking about my deck, Evil Eye. I played this deck yesterday at a Heart of the Underdog tournament, which is pretty much like a no meta tournament, and I got top 4 with it. And ironically, I pulled this ulti branded fusion card, and it did well. And I actually wanted to play it again, see how it would do in like a not like rogue tournament. And it was like the deck like worked okay, but it still loses to the same normal cards that most decks lose to: Droll, Ash, Shifter, etc., etc. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys an Evil Eye deck that, I don't know, I just like the deck. I want to show it off. I don't know. It was cool. I beat a Pearly deck. It was cool. It was funny. So I'm just going to show you guys. I hope you enjoy. Okay, guys, really fast. I did not do amazing in this event whatsoever. I literally dropped like round 3 or 4 because, well, like I said, it was taking too long, but I was like X2, I think. And I was just like I said, the deck wasn't performing bad. It's just that the tournament was taking so long, so I just dropped. I wanted to at least go X2 before I dropped, but I just couldn't wait any longer. Yeah, I just wanted to play some more rounds of the deck. But going into it, 3 Sergiel, obviously, it's like the best monster. 3 Basil Trace. This card is crazy support, along with the one, I don't even know how to pronounce this, the other familiar, the Evil Eye. It is like these engine is very good for if you don't have him, because you can go into like a Zeus line sometimes and clear boards. This being able to link on your opponent's turn for an extra interruption is crazy. Yeah, so like that's it for the Evil Eye monsters. It's one of the reasons I like this deck. It's a very like condensed package, so you aren't like shoehorned into playing not a lot of non-engine. Whereas like my last profile with the Phantom Beast deck, where it was all no non-engine, this deck is packed with non-engine, and I was actually enjoying playing a deck with non-engine. So for hand traps, at least, I'll put these here too. We played 12 hand traps in the main deck, and then I sided 6 more. I'm not going to show my side deck today, but yeah, for the main deck, at least, I played 12 hand traps in there, and there's still other non-engine cards. I think these are just the best hand traps right now. I have like a fear of like Rescue Ace, and I think Valor and Impermanence are very good against that deck. Yeah. That's it for the monsters and hand traps and stuff. Going on to the Evil Eye spells. 2 Selene, 2 Gorgiano. Yeah, the Selene's crazy. Like, it is, I can't express how crazy this card is. It puts your opponent on heavy backer removal, which for some decks is really, really annoying. Making the monster that unkillable is so frustrating for some decks to deal with. And this card being a search card is good. It also helps you OTK, because you pay your life points down sometimes, and then you can just like smack them for a huge amount of life points and then just kill them with a second monster. So that was good. I played 1 Awakening. I don't know if I play this again. It's come up as an extender if they like out Sergiel in the normal summon, but I don't know. It's like 50-50 on it. This card being crazy. For cost, double Foolish Burial is insane. I can't get over that it does that. Then you search out an equip spell, and then you can banish it from the grave when you link summon to automatically equip one of your equip spells to an Evil Eye monster you have. So that was really good. And then 3 Searchers and the Field Spell and Terraforming to get this. So in essence, you have like 9 starters or 10 starters in the deck. So what you have essentially is the 3 Sergiels, 3 Unleash, 3 Domain, and the Terraforming. So you have like 10 cards in the deck that get you started that are all just based off normal summon. So super, super good. And yeah, super like enjoyable. It just feels fresh, like from everything else in the format, I guess. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's the best way I can describe it. 2 copies of Talents, and this is like the more non-engine, right? 3 copies of Book of Moon, 3 copies of Prosperity. Well, so we have like Prosperity. I consider it a starter, so you have like 13 starters in the deck essentially to get you going. Book of Moon, I think, is like a really strong card right now, especially with all the Pearly running around. So card was really strong. And yeah, Talents, I feel like I was going to be hand trapped a lot, and I wanted some kind of punishment if I did. Yeah, that was pretty much the punishment for it. So yeah, it was the non-engine. Like I said, this deck is packed with non-engine, so you have a lot of flexibility in this deck of how you want to play it. And then lastly, you have 1 Retribution. Yeah, just good spell trap negate. Like, no one's ever complaining about a counter trap that's searchable. So like usually you end on, like, the average end board is this, the Surziel, Unleashed Engrave, usually Gorgigano in graveyard, Selene on field, and a Basil Trace in graveyard. So this essentially is like 3 interruptions off of like 1 card. So I thought that was good enough, and you know, it was fun, enjoyed it. So this is pretty much my M board. So you have the pop, negate. This can come back and link with these 3 and then get you another pop too. So it's pretty solid. For the extract, the only cards that really mattered are 3 Zerziel. This was the only card that mattered because that's what you make the link. You re-equip Selene after banishing Unleashed, and then you use this as another pop. And he's huge. Yeah, he's just a very strong card. Once per turn pop. It's just Trident. It's literally just Trident, and everyone knows Trident's broken. I played 2 Gorgon. Never came up. Not relevant. The only other extra card that came up was Zeus, like I said. 2 Zeus, 1 Downward, 1 Breaksword, 1 Fortune Tune, 1 Ashura King. Only thing that came up was Breaksword and the Zeus and the Downward, and then these. So the rest of the extra deck is kind of irrelevant. These are all like Prosperity banishes. This was just to out things, essentially. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not going to show the side deck. There's just nothing relevant in there worth input. I'm wasting your guys' time. But yeah, it's actually fun. I don't know. It's not like it's definitely not competitive, but it's definitely just like a fun option if you wanted to try something new. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the profile. Please subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.